Yeah, I did make a video and I just had to erase it because I really forgot what I initially came up here to say. And then it just, as I evolved into what I was saying, it came to me what this was all about, what the video was supposed to be about. Now, before I get like into dissecting this person, right? I just want to know, I want you to just acknowledge that I know who this person is. Now, first and foremost, my first time seeing him was in, I think it was Sister Act, I believe. I believe one of those Whoopi Goldberg movies I seen him in, and he was in the choir or something. He was in some type of church or some shit, and he was acting. And me, myself, personally, I just thought Katt Williams was a coon. From the first time I seen him, and then I seen him in Friday, I believe it was. That's why I didn't like Friday, because I believed that he was a coon. He came right in the gate a coon to me, Katt Williams. The same stick that he been whipping Kevin Hart with, he came in the door with that same stick. Right? Now, what happened with Katt Williams was the same thing that happened to Kevin Hart, the same thing that happened to Dave Chappelle, same thing that happened to Eddie Murphy, same thing that happened to Red Fox, same thing that happened to Richard Pryor. Now, the difference between, well, we're not going to get into that yet. We get to this fucking guy, right? Now, he comes into the game, right? When he gets into the game, he comes in coon, feet first, right? He did not, his career did not take off as the coon, right? So what did Katt Williams do? He ran to the Pimp Chronicles. He ran to Back to the Hood. Now, how Katt Williams was able to do that? Because he had Ice Cube credibility. Friday, right? Now he came back, and he came with this new shit. He was with the Dipset, and I wasn't gonna pay him no fucking mind. Like Mike Epps, I wasn't gonna pay him no mind. Even though, like, I think I was kind of hard on Mike Epps because I really don't think I gave Mike Epps a chance like I believe he should have had in my mind, because I just looked at Mike Epps as like a Sinbad type of person, and I didn't like Sinbad, you know. So, you know what I mean? You know, he's like a stay in your lane type of guy, you know. And but when it came to Katt Williams, I believe he had that connection with the people before he come in, like with his Martin Lawrence coonery from the gate, you know, and he was rejected like D.L. Hughley was rejected. I believe the two people that made it through that the longest was Monique and what's his name? And Bernie Mac. Because Bernie Mac died, but Bernie Mac died a legend. Especially with his show. His show was legendary. I mean, I watched Bernie Mac's show when it came on. Like, I didn't watch the repeat. Well, I did watch the repeats, but when that show came on TV, the first time the situation aired, I was making sure every Tuesday night that show came on, I was watching Bernie Mac. Because that was the realest fucking show on TV. Bernie Mac, right? D.L. Hughley was down there falling on his face on ABC because he slipped through the door. Because he made Kings of Comedy. And what happened was, they seen Kings of Comedy. That's when D.L. Hughley, they think D.L. Hughley got that spot because of Kings of Comedy. D.L. Hughley got his ass kicked out because of Kings of Comedy. And the shit that he said. And I respected D.L. Hughley for the Kings of Comedy. But the shit he said on there got him kicked off the TV on ABC. They could not have that type of man on ABC. They kicked him off. Katt Williams kept trudging on because Katt Williams was looked at as like a person from the hood, a person that we could relate to because his storyline, his comedy was relatable. Just like Kevin Hart. Him and Kevin Hart came out. But see, Kevin Hart didn't come feet first coon down like this guy did. He eventually evolved into the selling out to anything that he could get in it, and that was the ticket that everybody was selling. That, all right, you get hot, you better hurry up and get your money and get, because you're gonna burn out soon. These people are gonna forget about you. You got 2-3 years to go ahead and get you about $200 million out of this, and which Kevin Hart did. Katt Williams didn't do that. All these fucking DVDs this motherfucker made, and he ain't got $200 million. That's not telling you something bad about Kevin Hart. That's telling you something bad about Katt Williams' fucking business fucking dealings, how he fucking handle his business. All these fucking sold out shows he got, all these DVDs. I mean, he was selling DVDs when DVDs was selling. He was the king of comedy. And he don't have $200 million. That don't make sense to anybody but Katt Williams. And it ain't about him selling out because he didn't have to sell out. But during his trek there, when he hit the first time he hit the skid with me was when he made those Michael Jackson jokes. It was funny as a joke. But like Dave Chappelle said, he left his show because it wasn't that he was laughing. That was some shit that, you expected, a racist motherfucker to say the shit Katt Williams was saying about Michael Jackson. Without any proof. He just attached that to Michael Jackson. And I just felt very bad for Michael Jackson at that very time when he did that. I said, why would he... Out of all the things he could talk about, he attacked Michael Jackson out of nowhere. Like, Michael Jackson wasn't even in the news about that shit. This was in 2006. Why the fuck are you talking about Michael Jackson? And being a child predator. And you called him all these fucking names. I was like, who the fuck is Katt Williams? And even though I laughed at your jokes. I thought he was very funny. I thought he was sincerely funny, right? Then when he started attacking Kevin Hart, I felt like, yeah, somebody need to fucking talk to Kevin Hart about the way he's acting. Somebody do need to talk to Kevin Hart. Somebody did need to talk to Steve Harvey. He talked to those people. He did. I seen him. He was out loud in public about Kevin Hart being a sellout and about and all this shit about the dress and all this other bullshit. You know how many white actors wore dresses? You know Robin Williams, Mork, and Mindy. Did you ever watch any of this shit? Come on, man. What's that shit? These motherfuckers, bosom buddies, these niggas been dressing and dressing. They ain't like they doing that shit to no black men. They ain't demasculating or effeminating nobody. That's in the mindset of a motherfucker that want to be feminated or want to think that that's going to be their excuse when they come out feminized. Now, he goes on and on about Kevin Hart and the legacy of black comedy. Like he's some fucking high priest. Like who the fuck placed your crackhead ass in charge of every fucking body? And now he concealing his drug usage. That's the whole difference between him and everybody the fuck else. He's supposed to be a comedian. He's supposed to be truthful about his shit. But yet and still, he's hiding the fact that he does cocaine. That he smokes crack. He's hiding that fact, talking about he's smoking weed. Everybody know Katt Williams do not everybody that smoked weed got $100 million, $200 million. Meek Mill's got $200 million. That don't make no motherfucking sense. Jim Jones got more money than fucking Katt Williams. That don't make no motherfucking sense. Yandy got more money than Katt Williams. And he walking around talking still. All the fucking shit he done moved. Talking about what he owned. Now, what really is really the niche of this whole situation is, right? Now, he not go to Comedy Hype where all the other comedians going, right? He not go to Comedy Hype with his shit. Because he knew he would have got his ass tore out the frame down there with that fucking dumb shit he kicked this morning. Well, last night, Saturday or Friday, I seen it up there, but I did not want to watch I didn't want to watch the Fat Joe thing. I don't watch the Fat Joe videos. Because I just think that, and I don't have no problem with Fat Joe. You know what I mean? But I just don't think that that's the place for people to be going. Just like I don't think that's the place for black people to be going to sit down with Noriega and them at the Drink Champs. I don't think that's the place for black people to be going. These are not the settings that you're supposed to be setting up in, giving these motherfuckers the money. When you know it's black motherfuckers out here that got solely black owned and operated, black hosts, black people behind the camera, black people running the shit, and y'all keep running to everybody else to do these little conversations. And I know why Katt Williams did that shit, because he knew he wasn't going to get away. He probably wouldn't even made it out of that place. He got his ass whooped with the shit he was kicking. You understand? And it don't make no sense for me. And then I was talking to myself today. I know people was like, what the fuck? Because it just kept coming into my head what he was saying. And I just was like, I'm trying to reach deep into my mental to find out what would make Katt Williams come on an interview with Fat Joe. Now, mind you, Fat Joe tried to stop him a number of times and get serious about what you're saying. I seen Fat Joe stop him twice. Fat Joe said, ho, 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 you can't say that. Fat Joe said that twice to him. And you know who he compared? Richard Pryor. When he talk about the king of comedy, right? He didn't go to Richard Pryor and Red Fox. He went to Richard Pryor and George Carlin. Like, Richard Pryor and George Carlin. Why would you? Okay. I know who George Carlin is. I've heard George Carlin. George Carlin was a comedian for that type of, he had to have that type of viewpoint. And I respect George Carlin for what he did. But to put him in the same category with Richard Pryor is totally fucking ludicrous. First and foremost, that was an assassination of his character, first and foremost. Because you know the difference between George Carlin and fucking Richard Pryor? Richard Pryor is black. George Carlin is white. Say what the fuck you want, but that's a difference. Richard Pryor put his life on the line, literally, by saying the shit that he was saying out his mouth. And every interview I seen Richard Pryor in, he told that white man that he was talking to kiss his ass, and he said, this white motherfucker is a faggot. He sucks dick. This man ain't ever held his punches about no white people that he was around. They right in his face. I mean, I seen him go through that. You understand? And this is the most prejudiced fucking time this man was raised in. Not only that, Richard Pryor was born and raised in a brothel. Katt Williams. He was raised in a whole house. Katt Williams, Mr. Pimp. You ain't no fucking pimp. You just pulled your own motherfucking card, nigga. He gonna call Richard Pryor a dick sucking crackhead. Katt Williams said Richard Pryor is a dick sucking crackhead. That's what his career, all the shit that Richard Pryor been through in his fucking life, and still was able to do what he did for people. And in his death, this faggot, this little nigga ain't get 6 feet. He couldn't even get 6 fucking feet. Nigga, get 6 feet first. Kevin Hart taller than you, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. You done fucking blew my whole. I could not believe this morning. Because when I got up this morning, I was like, you know what? I seen the video up there. I was going to watch the whole hour-long video. Because I seen it was an hour-long video. But then I seen somebody had snipped out the part that they was like, listen to what this fucking crackhead niggas just said about Richard Pryor. I said, what crackhead nigga? They said Katt Williams. I said, hold up. I press play on that shit and here this nigga come. He put Richard Pryor's career in a nutshell as being a dick-sucking crackhead. Said he sucked dick to get to the top. And I said, what Richard Pryor the fuck is he talking about? We sit here and watch Richard Pryor the whole fucking time and we ain't seen none of that shit happen that he kicking. And here this motherfucker come. That was some really strange shit to see coming out this crackhead ass nigga mouth. And he trying to convince the world he ain't a crackhead. This is a very terrible way to try to convince the world you're a crackhead by getting out there trying to bash Richard Pryor. Like that's what his career was about. When you see, oh, I read his book and this and that. Is that all you read in his book? Like, bro, Richard Pryor's first stand-up was in the Village of West New York. Down in the West Village, that is the gay neighborhood of New York City. Everybody know that is the gay neighborhood. This was back in the 60s when he was down there. Everybody know that. Everybody know that Richard Pryor dressed up as drag queen. It's in the fucking movie Katt Williams. You think we didn't see the fucking movie? We think they ain't got documentaries out on Richard Pryor and on his life story, bro? That he did when he was alive, all this shit you saying that he said when he was alive? And now you think that's going to give you, like, and then you're going to have audacity to put a Jesus Christ? You know you smoking that shit, nigga. Don't nobody believe in no fucking Jesus Christ but your dumb fucking crack smoking ass. That's the only... Do you know how you got introduced to Jesus, you fucking stupid nigga? Since you want to call Richard Pryor names, you dumb nigga. Katt Williams is a dumb nigga. A very dumb nigga. I cannot believe this motherfucker. Like, who placed Katt Williams' crackhead ass in charge? I would like to know, when did Katt Williams get the gatekeeper of black comedians? Eddie Murphy is still fucking living. In order for you to become the king, you got to beat the king, nigga. Will Smith's number's better than yours, nigga. How the fuck you the king? Dave Chappelle is still living, nigga. Kevin Hart passed you. Nigga got $200 million and you got zero. You got what? $7 million, $10 million? You need to be ashamed of your motherfucking self. You was a weak ass nigga and everybody know you a crackhead nigga, so you can come out and tell everybody. You telling everybody else business. You love Jesus. Jesus will forgive your little faggot ass. The only grown ass man walking around with a perm in their head got the nerve to talk about a motherfucker suck dick. You the only motherfucking nigga I know that got a fucking perm and get your hair done to come out on the fucking stage and you got the audacity. Who the fuck placed your faggot ass in church? Cause you a pimp, you slap black women, you pimp out black women. That's what you so proud of? Because you little? We know you got the Napoleon complex, motherfucker. Little motherfucker. You got a lot of fucking nerve, nigga. I hike your little dumb little munchkin looking ass down. Send your ass back to the lollipop guild. I hope every comedian on this planet attacks your fucking ass. I hope every comedian that's alive and breathing is on your ass right now. Little crackhead ass motherfucker.